Hi everybody. I wanted to do a second video about this guy. The bunny pens from Hongdian. Just because I was very unhappy with the way the macro lens was going in and out of focus, and also the lighting. I've moved to a different location, back to my regular office from my grandfather's desk, because my wife Teresa is using my grandfather's desk for a project that she's doing on the subject of Reiki. And so I want to take another look at these pens, and we're going to do some different lighting situations and not use the macro lens and see if I can get close enough with that. I'm filming this at night, so I won't have the natural light that I did in the previous video, but I'm going to try using some LEDs and see how it works. So come join me please for this little experimentation in videotaping with different parameters. Thank you. Okay, this is actually a second video on the Hongdian Year of the Rabbit pens. And the reason I wanted to do this secondary video is I looked at what I put up on YouTube, and I was really unhappy with the constant refocusing using the macro lens. I was also a little unhappy with the lighting source. See if this works any better. These are some LEDs. I'm doing this at night, not during the day. And hopefully I can show you the pens a little bit better in this second video. So I'll move these bunnies out of the way. And rather than macro, I'm going to switch to 0.5x, maybe. Or let's see what that does. Okay. So we'll see if this is any better as far as close-ups are concerned. And lighting. This is all experimenting from a different videotaping location, a different room, a different desk. And so you can see, what can you see? Let's take a look at the nib. Again, these are dark pens. So this is a standard Hongdian black nib, showing a temple that it's a fine. And you've seen these before on other videos I've done. Now with the Year of the Rabbit, first of all, here's, I guess I should have a pointer of some kind. Here's one of the rabbits on the cap, and the other rabbit is down here on the barrel. So there are only two rabbits on the Year of the Rabbit pens. Again, these come in 4 colors. I got the black and gold. There's an all white, a red and gold, and a blue and silver. And I may end up, as I mentioned last time, getting these. So, okay, I want to see how the focus is. That's pretty close. And again, this is not the macro lens. And this nib is specially made, specially engraved for the Year of the Rabbit series of pens. This lighting is not ideal. Okay, that's pretty good. You can see the bunny rabbit facing you. And that's a fun added feature, which I like. So we're going to do a little closer than I did in the last video with writing, I think. As I mentioned somewhere, Hongdian is actually one word, although I often tend to write it joined, but two words. And some people, those nasty, nasty people that do videos where it's two unconnected words. Anyway, this is from the horse's mouth that it's Hongdian is correctly one word. Let me see, put on this desk light, see if this changes things. Well, it makes caps fall over. That's one thing that desk light does. This is the long knife or the long blade nib, which again, to reiterate from the previous video, is what we would call an architect nib. So the vertical lines are thinner than the horizontal lines. So it's kind of the opposite, again, of a typical Western stub nib. And where is the other pen? Here it is. I'm reaching around the camera and I'm reaching around the light, so this is all a new experience for you and for me. Okay, so we can see a bunny there. Hopefully, there we go. Up top it says, what does it says? It says month of the rabbit. So this came out not this year, 2023, the year of the rabbit, but last year in 2022. And there are a number, besides the other symbols for different months, there are some more rabbits here somewhere. And hopefully you can see them better than I can see them behind the camera. And of course the finial cap top. We have that lovely bunny looking up at the moon, which refers to a Chinese story of 1,000 years or so, which I think I mentioned in the description. Anyway, in the description to this video, I will link to that earlier video that I was quite unhappy with. And this is a piston fill. And you can still see some ink sloshing around inside. And this is a fine nib. And I'll do it that way. And I'll do it the proper way. And I'll do it the horrible way. So many others do. It's like the video I made, I think again last year, in 2022, talking about the proper way to pronounce. Let me see if I have one here. pronounce this company's name. Caused a lot of confusion last year. Half the people who were doing videos were saying Asvine and half were saying Asveen. And knowing the owner of the company for almost 20 years, I asked him to do a little sound check on the video I did of this, the first pen from the company, this gorgeous VacFil overlay, and he confirmed that it is Asvine, not Asveen. So Asvine is the proper pronunciation of this company. So I did a video saying something to that effect. This is how you pronounce this company's pens in this company. And a clue actually was their boxes, which they've changed slightly. Don't have one in front of me. Should have had one. Anyway, the company name is still written in script, but now at the end it turns into, and thank you for my wonderful drawing talent. I guess I must face the other way. It turns into a fountain pen nib, whereas the first boxes and the instructions inside end in a vine. And that should have been a clue to me early on that it's Asvine. So, alright. Well, I'm not going to make a huge, long video here. I just wanted to see if I could improve on the lighting at this other filming location. And I've gotten closer. I still think doing this with natural light during the day will be the optimal way of doing it. But here's a little bunny rabbit, a little Haas. Actually, I picked this up at where did I get this? I got this at here in Allentown. There's a Lenni Lenape Native American location. They have powwows several times a year, and anyway, they have a gift shop inside. So this was hand carved. And this one wasn't hand carved because it's brass. And I picked this up secondhand somewhere, like an antique shop many, many years ago. I have no idea where that came from. And most of the bunnies I have, besides these, are larger and wouldn't fit in the frame. So, filming as always, or videotaping as always, is a work in progress. And hopefully there was some progress. Have a good night.